Hello everyone, welcome back to Rainy Day Let's Play. We are at the entrance of Tam-Tara Deepcroft. James is with us in the Mumble chat.
Hello.
And we're gonna give a run of this area. Thanks to James, who's gonna help us. Is there anyone else gonna join us today?
I think it is just us two tonight.
It is 1:34 in the morning.
Yep.
Especially when it's Pacific time, it's tough for most people. Because I think that hits us in just the sweet spot where either everyone in the US is asleep, and areas, either it's like morning in Europe, and it's about work time in Japan, I think.
Yeah, in a couple hours we're going to start seeing the Japanese students get off school and people getting off of work.
Right on. Still, someone might be in the link shell. It's only 1:35 in Seattle. West Coast can still be up. It's a Thursday night. Who knows? Anyway, we're now geared up in not swimwear. Although I would love to do a dungeon in swimwear because that would be rad. Anyway,
it is currently 5:35 p.m. in Tokyo, according to my world clock.
Nice. Okay, so they should be off any time now. Should be here.
Although we are on the North American servers, so...
Yeah, we're not going to see that many... we're not going to see a lot of Japanese people or even many European people. But it's also a legacy server, so we've got...
That's true, there is that.
We've got longevity on our side. So, what was I doing? Oh, I have a thing to ask you about before we get into a brand new instance.
Okay.
I recently bought an inkwell.
Mm-hmm.
Nofika green dye. Hopefully now that I look at it, there's a little color indication on the top right. It's a dark green. I was hoping for a ridiculously bright green. Either way, I have green dye. No idea what to do with it.
Okay. Have you completed the quest that gives you access to the dye system? Okay, if you haven't, you'll need to do that. And the person you talk to for that is in Vesper Bay, which is a town that you'll run into outside of Ul'dah.
Okay.
And you'll know this person because she is dressed up in the most garish color combinations imaginable.
Excellent.
Yep, and she'll have a quest. And if you have on your person at that time a bottle of orange juice, then you're good to go.
Where can we find orange juice?
You can buy it in town from the vendor. That's the easy way. It's super cheap.
Okay, so vendor in town, orange juice, and then we find like... What is this? Like a mix between... what's the Miyazaki movie with the Black Witch? Howl's Moving Castle. I'm expecting like the Witch of the Wastes from Howl's Moving Castle crossed with Kesha.
Could be something similar. I think she's got bright blue pants, a bright red shirt, and bright yellow hat, something like that.
Oh, okay.
But she obviously has been making use of the color dyeing system.
All right, so a very colorful lady.
Yep.
Around Ul'dah. What level area is it? That's
it's in Vesper Bay, which is one of the towns on the outskirts, and you'll end up there eventually as long as you keep following the story quest.
Okay, cool. So it must be higher than 16.
Yeah, probably around 20, 22, something like that.
Okay.
But you'll know when you get there. You'll be in and out of that town constantly for a while.
Eventually, green dye will be used.
Yep.
Whether it ends out great or not. And hopefully by that time I'll have more gil. Have more little pennies to spend on dyes. Because that's very important to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not every piece of gear can have its color changed. Most of the dungeon gear cannot, but most of the crafted gear can. A lot of the special stuff like these swimsuits, I'm thinking probably cannot be dyed.
No, that's okay.
Although there are like 6 different patterns of swimsuits, so...
I wasted all my ash on dumb ones.
Oh, well, actually, I got the full set of swimwear. And
Yeah.
so there are a fair number of color choices there.
I could get more. I just am too lazy. Anyway, where are you at right now?
I'm currently in Forgotten Springs, but if we are ready to run Tam-Tara, then I will kick off the Duty Finder.
Duty.
And
I guess I should probably kick off the Duty Finder, huh?
nope, I've got to do it because I'm the party leader.
Oh, okay, Mr. Party Leader.
Yep.
Oh, I see the symbol that says that.
Oh, we're ready.
All right.
This is why I swapped over to Scholar, which is the healing class, because otherwise we'd have two.
Oh no,
two
someone
damage
chickened out.
dealers. Somebody chickened out, yeah.
And so we don't have a tank this time in chat, which makes it a little less organized. As
Yeah,
I won't.
We'll see who we get out of the random ether.
Yep, the tank for me, especially as someone who's been a tank, is always kind of the drum major of the group. That's going to indicate how quickly or slowly you go through. Fortunately, I'm not expecting any kind of speed run or any kind of slow walk along. It could be a sprint, it could be a marathon. Either way, I think I can handle it where I'm at. I have confidence in my abilities.
Yep,
Especially
I think
after
we'll be
the last
fine.
dungeon.
It is
Oh,
a
do we
really
need
good
to?
point. It is a really good point that the
Do we need to refresh the Duty Finder?
nope, it keeps going.
Okay. Let me see if I can find where duty status. Oh, okay. Average wait time more than 30 minutes. Oh, it says you're not in there.
Hmm?
All I have is me as DPS in the party that's being formed.
Oh, hold on.
Which makes sense that it's a wait time more than 30 minutes. It's like a ride at Disneyland.
Oh, that's weird.
I think you withdrew on accident.
I'm
Or
not sure.
some kind
try-
of glitch.
I am not entirely certain what just happened, but I will press the join button again,
Okay.
and then we will see how it goes. Yeah, the tank really is the drum major. They set the pace for how everything else is going to go.
Everything kind of has to react off of it, which is probably why there's such a push against the Trinity, the Holy Trinity in MMOs. Because the tank, they do so much. And so everyone else kind of follows behind in a way, and it sets a weird hierarchical precedence. Oh, we were so close to just hitting that sweet spot, and then looked like our something exploded / someone withdrew. Excuse me, someone withdrew from the party. In the meantime, we actually don't have to stand here to be a part of the instance, do we? Even though I'm at the door.
Nope. You can do the duty finder even just from your in room. You don't even have to come into town.
Don't even have to get out of bed in the
Yeah,
morning.
you don't even have to get out of bed to run a dungeon.
Just wake up, roll over, turn your alarm clock off, and be like, let's get into some duty. There we go. There's a level 43 fate. I think that's what we'll do right now. Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, you might get squashed a little bit.
I don't fear death.
Ah, but dismemberment.
I have some reservances about dismemberment, I guess. Oh, I remember this little cave I'm running through. All these bog Yarzons harassing people. It's like memories are happening.
Hey,
Oh,
here we go.
Never mind. Memories are over. Let's commence.
Commencing.
That poor last DPS is like, oh yeah, guess half an hour's up. Oh, I'm excited. We get a new flyover.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, lasers. Alright, let's just violently run in there and debase the laser beams. Okay, I'm gonna say that the guy with the big shield is our tank. And the people holding books are probably not our tank.
Yep, okay, so we've got an Arcanist, a Gladiator. Alright.
And you're a scholar, and I'm a
yes.
Lançois.
Oh,
Fight. Okay, Impulse Drive is the one that goes from behind. Heavy Thrust is the one from the side. And that guy got away from us. That's a little weird. He's fighting your fairy?
Yeah, the fairy does actually... The fairy does my primary healing, yeah.
The healing. Okay, so we have not, in our last dungeon, we did not talk about how the threat system worked. I will talk about it, but first, kind of want to follow whatever the tank is doing.
I'm concerned about this Arcanist being a little bit forward.
Ooh, bug swarms. Oh, I am under attack. That's okay. I can take care of a single flesh fly swarm. Guess it is a little bit a little trickier than I expected when your tank doesn't mark every single when the game is not follow the dots. And instead it's the tank who seems to not necessarily know where they're going.
Yeah. At least one of us, this is their first time on this dungeon, so it might be the tank? I don't know.
Well, it's definitely me. It's my first time, so...
You at the least. Alright.
I don't know if you're counting that. Anyway, so while we have these trash mobs to deal with, how threat works in pretty much any MMO, especially fantasy combat-based things, is that enemies have a invisible number that decides what target they are attacking. And so that's usually based on, whatever hits it first. Whatever attacks it is the thing that it feels threatened by, and thus attacks. Sometimes it's also based on what the target is closest, and so usually you want your tank out in front so that they will, what is known as aggro, they'll aggravate the target into attacking it first, and then continue threatening it with its own return attacks. And so once you've accumulated enough threat, that target will continue to attack you until it dies. And so the tank's job is to manage all of these threats that any monster that it comes across may hit it with. Meanwhile, we're all trying to do as much damage as possible to support the tank and take care of these quickly. And so sometimes that involves attacking and taking threat away from the tank. And so this is where the tank has to manage all of these invisible numbers on his own. And it's a tough job.
Yeah.
Not for someone kind of going in blind.
Yeah, admittedly, the numbers are not entirely invisible in this game. You'll note that when you attack a monster or otherwise it takes notice of you, it shows up on a little list, usually on the left-hand side of the screen by default.
Okay.
And in this game, the icon by the name of the monster in that list shows you how high up on its hate list you are. So if you see a green dot, you're not very high. If you see a yellow triangle, you're getting up there. And if you see a pulsing red square, that means it's attacking you and you're first on the list.
Okay, so this book guy is high on the list of these Croft lights. And that's probably because it's attacking it.
No, that list of the monster names is only for yourself in relation to everybody else, or in relation to the monster.
Oh,
if, however,
gotcha.
you look at the party name list, then when you target a monster, you'll see a little dial underneath their little class icon, and that shows you, for that particular target, how everybody in the party is ranked.
Okay, where is that again?
Here, when we get into this next fight, click on a monster, and then look at the party names.
Yes, it's pointing to the tank. However, if I click on...
If you click on a different guy, it'll show you the list for that person instead.
Oh. Don't think I'm seeing any kind of list, although this has become a mess.
It's only when you're targeting an enemy.